One of the basic concepts of computer science and programming is problem solving. Problem solving is the ability to take a problem and represent it as data and then transform that data into the desired output. Programmers must learn how to interpret user requests into languages that the computer understands. We use an algorithm to do this. An algorithm is just a step-by-step process to solve a problem or reach a desired solution. For us to transform this algorithm to a way that the computer understands, we use a programming language to write the code. The resulting code that comes out is called the source code or the program. In this video, I will demonstrate how we solve a problem in computer science. Consider this problem. This is one of the assignments that my students in the course Introduction to Programming with Python are doing. The problem is as follows. The management of Longer Investing Ltd is paying its employees on an hourly basis. The base hourly wage is 2,000 francs. The normal working hours at Longer Investing is 40 hours per week. For any additional hour that the employee works, they get a bonus of 100. An employee can work for a maximum of 50 hours a week and must work for at least 1 hour a week. Your task as a programmer is to write a program that automates the calculation of salaries. So let's see how this can be done. Let's look at the way a programmer will look at this problem. We have it that the base salary, the base hourly salary, hourly rate is 2,000. And if somebody works for 5 hours, let's say hours worked is for 5 hours, it means their salary will be equal to 2,000 times 5, which is equal to 10,000. That's simple. If the person works for 40 hours, then we'll have a salary of 40 times the hourly rate of 2,000. This will give us 80,000. Simple, isn't it? Let's look at the problem statement again. In the problem, it says, take notes. There we have some constraints. The normal working hours per week is 40. For any additional hour that the employee works, they get a bonus of 100. This means that because for you to write a program, you must know how to solve the problem manually on paper. I'm mimicking the paper here. If somebody works for 41 hours, then the salary should be 40, because we said base salary is 2,000. So this salary will be 41 times 2,000 plus the bonus. The bonus is 100. We know that bonus for hours after 40 is equal to 100 per hour. So for 41 hours, this person, if somebody works for 41 hours, then we have the normal wage plus the 100, which will be equal to 41 multiplied by, 41 multiplied by that. Let me call on my calculator. I like to do things in very simple ways. If you use a calculator here, we'll say 41 times 2,000 is equal to 82,000 plus the bonus, because it's just 1 hour extra. So this will be equal to 82,100. Simple, isn't it? What is the salary? What is the salary? Hours. If the salary is 50. This is simple. It will be equal to 50 multiplied by 2,000 plus, we have the bonus hours. The bonus hours here is, of course, 50 minus 10 minus 40, which is 10 hours, multiplied by 100. If we invoke our calculator again, this will be, if I clear everything, 50 multiplied by 2,000, which is 100,000, plus 10 times 100, which is 1,000. So the person who have a salary of 101,000 francs. This is simple. Simple arithmetic. We need to calculate things like this. Now, your problem is, or the task here is to write this program in a way that the management of long-run investing can automatically do this calculation. We have some constraints which we will manage when we are writing the program. For example, it says an employee can work for a maximum of 50 hours a week. So which means if somebody works, hours worked, 51, what will be the salary? That is a constraint. If hours worked is 51 hours, what will be the salary? And it also says an employee must work for at least 1 hour. So if hours worked, if somebody says if hours worked is 0, what will be the salary? Definitely. For example, here you will guess that the salary will be, we will just use this one and then discard the 1 extra hour. And here you will say it is 0 because, of course, if we put hours worked 0 times anything is 0. It's simple arithmetic. But we have, I'm talking about this one, like this. Somebody will guess that we'll just use this value for this scenario, or this one will just be 0. But can it be 0? Let's look at the problem again. We have been given some guides. It's a simple, we gave, so there's some sample output here. It says when we have, for example, 0, we should print weekly hour. Your weekly hours must be between 1 and 50, which means these ones should print an error. If it's 51, then it prints this error. It prints this error. So when you're writing a program, you must look at the constraints. And for example, if they didn't give us this kind of in this kind of example, then we could just say the salary here will be 0 and the salary here will be this amount, discarding the 1 hour. But we have been given this constraint so that we can manage invalid input. So there's a tips here. There are some tips here on how to solve this problem. And let's see how we can solve this. Solve this using Python, the programming language.